Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. Though as I hit the live button, I think there's someone at the door. So I will be right back to find out what's going on. Hold on. All right, we're all good. I'm already in my beach chair. All right, let's go to the charts. Ah, damn it, why does Zoom do that to me? It's not letting me share my window, so that means I gotta close a bunch of private files. Here we go again. Hold on. I gotta close that. I should close that. Now I'll move to another window. I may still need it. Definitely gonna close that. That's okay. That's okay. That's okay. You guys know I always have a bunch of stuff open. Close that. All right. I think we're good. I think we are good. All right. Screen share. All right, here we go. We will use the weekly chart. And on the weekly chart, I know my camera is not properly set up. This is what happens when you're always on location sometimes. And even though I do have my green screen that I can travel with. So we're gonna leave it this way. Tone, did you see changes against Tario? Oh, charges against Tario. Yeah, I did. That's the head of the Proud Boys was charged with overthrowing the government, facing 20 years in prison. It is possibly, it is on par with anything that a dictator brings against, people they don't like. It is such a ridiculous charge that anyone that says the United States is any different than Russia is basically an idiot. That's all I can tell you. That's how ridiculous of a charge that is. Yeah, the guy wasn't even there on the 6th. Like, he wasn't even there on the 6th. As far as I know, he wasn't even in the state at that time. But hey, he can face 20 years for trying to overthrow the government. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. All right, back to the charts. So we have the weekly MRI buy. We have a weekly MRI buy right here. And we pulled back a little bit. We just have crazy volatility. There's not going to be much to say on this chart, other than it is a weekly MRI buy, and we have to see how the week ends. I'm hoping that we end strong. I don't really want to see Bitcoin go all the way down to 22,000. And this could be the time for it to reverse. It has been a very stressful bear market for Bitcoiners. This has gone on for quite a while. A lot of us were expecting Bitcoin to break 100,000 back in 2021, and not even at the end of 2021, by the middle of 2021. And we're now in the middle of 2022, and we're 50% down from those levels. So it's been pretty stressful. And either way, the bear market needs to end this year. Bitcoin is designed to go up as adoption grows. Bitcoin analysis can certainly be boring. I am back to an all cash position. I am waiting to go in long, but in order to do that, I'm gonna need to break this $31,000 area on next 4-day candle. I'm not sure it'll do it on this candle. It's gonna be some volatility here. That's why I said very clearly yesterday, I'm ready to put this in, but I don't know when yet. Turn the mic up, barely hear me. Oh, wow. I guess I'm further away from the mic than usual. That sucks. I can't turn the mic up. I don't have that capability. Like, that's not an option. So I can make sure I'm using the right mic. It's not that far away from me, but yeah, there's not going to be anything I can do on the mic. So daily chart. On a daily chart, all of our oscillators look good. And now we just need the price to get out of this consolidation zone. Hopefully it'll go up, but if it doesn't, if it breaks the downside, then I am expecting a bigger drop. I mean, you can see by this red arrow, I never altered this red arrow. This red arrow was drawn back here. I usually draw my arrows on the day. I drew this red arrow and the price worked out perfect. Absolutely perfect. I mean, it fell to that level way earlier, but it still was at that level at the end of the arrow. So it's the same concept. We break this bottom support, down we go. We break the upper support, we should go up. So this was the downward trend line that I drew yesterday. Bitcoin did get rejected off this trend line, but I do like it here because we're above the moving averages. So we're a little stronger now, and hopefully we can break this trend line, over the next day or so and just stay above it. Breaking above this thing in, let's say, in a day and a half would get me into a bullish trade because that would be a breakout out of that horizontal channel. Let's go to the 1-hour chart. Same thing, the 1-hour chart. Once we get over this high, I think that's it. The later in the summer we break this, the stronger the case would be for the break. If we can break this, sometime late this month, that would be great. I would then have a lot of confidence that we're not going to go lower than this low. If we break it tomorrow, not so much. But if we break it next month, for example, then I have a lot of confidence. GBC premium will rise significantly once Bitcoin hits its bull market again. I remain very bullish on oil. I remain fairly bullish on gold. This is a good sign. This is a bit of a bullish look for the S&P. And that should help rise the price of Bitcoin. I did think that the S&P can pull back some more before rising, but it doesn't have to. It can start rising now, whether it's caused by inflation or fear of people putting money in government bonds, whatever it is. I do expect Bitcoin to rise quite a bit. Not Bitcoin, sorry, S&P and stocks to rise. Someone is asking where the upper resistance is. Well, you should never pinpoint a single area. It looks like 3.8, if 31.8. So if we do get a daily close above 32, that's clean. That's a clean break of resistance. All right, the Turkish lira is starting to devalue even faster, which is insane. We're also keeping an eye on the ruble, which is appreciating significantly. It's back below 60 rubles for the dollar. It's on the verge of making a new weekly high in the ruble. And let's see where it ends the week and starts next week. As you guys know, I am bullish on the Russian ruble chart based on the clown show that is happening in the West that created an outright disaster economically and politically. If you haven't yet done so, sign up for a free service, well, a free trial of the service, I should say, the Trading MRI, which alerts you on all of these MRI setups. All right, I'll take a couple of questions, but then I'm gonna let the stream go as I get back to working on the financial summit. And I'm hoping people join us at the financial summit in the Dominican Republic. We are about 7 weeks away from this absolutely awesome event. I will show you where the event takes place once this short video ends. The event is the first week of August. This is footage from our last event in Dubai, and the upcoming event will take place inside this castle, and we rented out all the rooms in this castle, so come and join us. No updates on the map of the Russia-Ukraine conflict. You know, it's I don't know if it's my mouse or like whenever you click on the mouse once, it zooms in like 8 times. No update yet. This is the West map. This is the map from the controlled by the West, this website, and they have not updated any zones. This is where the red is the zone controlled by the Russian military, and according to the Russian maps, they have this entire area captured. But the Western map has not yet updated that, so we wait on the Western map to do so. And this is the big one. If Russians can capture this area, they can then reinforce the Donetsk because it's being heavily shelled by the Ukrainians. So this is an area where Ukraine is causing the most damage to Russians. But if Russia can capture this and this, they can then probably significantly reinforce the zone. And this is the tide. This is the turning point of this war, basically. Whether Russia can capture this area, and withstand a Ukrainian push towards Crimea. Not exactly sure why Ukraine is concentrating on this zone, but hey, I'm not a military strategist. I would think making sure this and this don't get captured would be very high priority, but let's see where it goes. I was going to Mexico, so I don't really know. I'm because of the conference, because of like any event. If you guys are curious how my day is spent, my day is basically spent messaging people that I know that I think would be great for the financial summit event, and trying to convince them that it's worth spending the money and being there. That's basically how my day is spent. I have not really done much or anything with Mexico in months, but I do need to go back to Panama because I am potentially looking to split my time between Panama and Mexico. Probably in a year or two. A lot is going to depend on the next election. I don't know who's running for president in the next election yet, but when I do, I will make it very clear that if X or X wins, I am out. I do not want to be part of a sinking ship. I have no interest in. I tried. I've explained, where you should be. I think the United States is going to split by the end of this decade, or very early next decade, opening up the world to China to be the one and only world superpower, because Russia will also be grossly weakened by the war between the West and Russia. So when those two regions destroy each other economically and potentially with weapons, I am expecting like by 2035 that China is the one and only superpower for the next 30 to 40 years. And the reason for that is the United States. The United States basically gave the world to China. Good job. Trump tried to stop it, but then Trump was stopped. Trump was only going to delay the inevitable, maybe by 5 years, maybe 8. But I mean, Trump delayed the Russia-Ukraine war by at least 3 years. Could have delayed it by another 4 years, but he's not our president anymore. China has also many issues on its own. Those many issues on its own are so tiny compared to the issues of Europe and the United States that they are actually irrelevant. China doesn't have the issue of Democrats and Republicans ready to kill each other. The United States does. That is an issue 100 times more critical to the survival of your nation as a nation than anything China has. What are the chances Biden runs and wins again? I think those chances are incredibly low, incredibly low. I have an outstanding bet that Biden is not the sitting president on January 1st, 2024. So I have a bet that Biden will not be president for more than 3 years. He will step down. I say follow us on Twitter as well. Twitter, Instagram. We're really trying to get to that 1,000 round number, right? We have 610 on Instagram. We have 545 on Twitter. We have like only 250 on our YouTube channel. Trying to get to 1,000 so we can remove ads. YouTube forces us to have ads. When will I start a political channel? I'm hopefully later this summer. I don't know. It's really hard. It's really hard because if I start a political channel, I'm giving up on pretty much everything else. I might have to. I mean, there's only so much time. Biden, his son, and his family should be in jail. No, they should have been in jail since the 1980s, but they're never going to jail. No, they're never going to jail. I'm still trying to stick to finance, guys. If you haven't noticed, I've pretty much given up on talking about Bitcoin itself. There's no more news shows. There's no more law shows. There's almost no more interviews. I'm pretty much stepping away from talking about Bitcoin. The only thing that's left is talking about trading, investing, finance, and also politics. No, it wouldn't be a climate change channel. I would talk about climate change very often on the political channel. We'll talk about climate change. We'll talk about the election. We'll talk about COVID and the CDC and the FDA. And we're going to talk about, food and whether you should or shouldn't eat meat or bugs. I don't really have a problem eating bugs. I actually do agree. Bugs are fairly, a good source of protein and nutrition. I've eaten bugs, but I've done it by choice, right? The difference is like pushing bugs instead of meat is insane. I don't have a problem eating bugs. I think it's, like I said, I think it's a source of nutrition. But, you have to be, I did it in Vietnam. I've done it in Thailand. But I think it's insane to push the topic. Where to learn more about self-custody? BTC Sessions. BTC Sessions is the best YouTube channel to learn about custody. Can you elaborate how the USA gave world to China? Not really, because this isn't the political channel. This is still an attempt to be a financial channel. But if you go and watch John Mearsheimer, the professor out of the University of Chicago, he has very good presentations on explaining how the United States gave the world to China on a silver platter. I think he has presentations called like The Great Delusion and something else. I mean, kind of Google him. John J. Mearsheimer, this guy. So Google him. He has very good presentations. Yeah, the false promise of liberal hegemony. These are excellent presentations. The Great Delusion. I've seen all of these. They're really good. I haven't seen this one. Like I haven't seen them all. I've seen a few of those. I haven't seen this one either. He explains really well how the US has screwed up so royally in the last 20 years that the world is China's for the taking. Can I bring Mechanic on again? I mean, I can, but like, what are we going to talk about? I really couldn't care less what happens with BIP 119. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I really cared a lot about, the user activated soft fork, and I cared a little bit about Taproot. But at this point, I just don't care. I just don't care. Now, there are people smarter than me that will decide whether BIP 119 is needed or not. It's impossible to teach people about Bitcoin, teach people how to use Bitcoin, teach people trading, and also organize events. I was doing too much, and I'm scaling back significantly. I'm going to stick to just, for now, my trading channel, and perhaps in the near future, the political channel. And I don't know if anyone is even going to watch the political channel. I also have to learn how to use other streaming sources like Rumble, and I may have to hire editors, but I don't make any money right now. So how much of my own savings am I willing to use? So just a lot more questions than answers. How was the mining difficulty lately? I have absolutely no idea. Again, I don't know. Oh, Mechanic is definitely underrated. Very knowledgeable guy. What about options trading? Well, I may go back to doing options trading. I have a video that teaches people how to trade options. It's a 3-day course. It's expensive. It's a $2,000 course, mostly because if you can't afford to spend $2,000 to learn how to option trade, the last thing you should do with your life is options trade. It is one of the most riskiest things you can do, but if you learn how to do it properly, it's one of the most incredible leverage opportunities you can trade with. Michael Hudson. I'm not familiar with Michael Hudson. Another guy that was good, man, I already forgot his name. I have to glance at my phone. I'm writing an article about Russia, Ukraine, but it may take me a month or two to write it. And by the time I finish it, the war might be over. So it will be, it's possible I could waste, 100 hours of my time writing this article. Sounds like you need an assistant. I've tried. I can't do it. I've tried having assistants. It made my life more frustrating. Has this market felt like something you've traded or invested in the past? This Bitcoin market? No, it hasn't. I've never had a situation that looked like this. Barely go up above prior high, barely go down above prior low. I've never traded anything that did this. That's why this year has been incredibly frustrating. Again, it's also hard to have an assistant when I don't really make any money. So again, all of this is done with my savings right now. I always have the option to go back to trading. Really considering it too. It will kind of suck for everyone watching if I go back to trading, because I'll do a lot less streams. All right, guys, that's it for watching. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys. Oh, no, I'm never going back to Wall Street. The one thing I know of is I will never work for anyone again. Whether I just retire and go live on a beach in Panama or Mexico or Thailand, that's an option. Starting a political channel, that's an option. Going back to trading, opening my own family office with a couple of college friends that I used to trade with, that's an option. I would like to just do these financial summits 3 times a year to bring a whole bunch of traders together. Unconfiscatable should probably come back, but maybe at the end of next year, because I need a little bit of a break. Over time, though, my education is going to be free. If you've noticed, I've been dropping prices. The MRI is now 500. I mean, I'm hoping you guys pick it up at 500, but I'm telling you that once Black Friday comes around, I'll lower the price once again, and I'll probably keep it that way. What about kids and a wife? Yeah, that's something else that I'm looking to settle down. Yeah, probably sometime this decade. I just don't know where yet. Probably not the United States. So my education will eventually all be free. I'm also really tired of all the trolls that think I'm actually taking advantage of people. Eventually, the education goes free. Slowly, though. I can't make the MRI free. Everyone that paid for it will be upset. It won't be fair to them. So, you know, we can drop the price every year a little bit until eventually it's just free. There's a descending triangle in Ethereum. I mean, the entire life of Ethereum is a giant descending triangle. So. We had a descending triangle on Ethereum, but that didn't pan out. No, I don't really see a descending triangle. Maybe head and shoulders. Well, whatever it is. Look, I don't know how Ethereum's going to die, but it's going to die. Yeah, I did have a scam coin show back in the day, but no, that took too much research. It was a frustrating show to do. All right, guys, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.